YouTube, it is Monday, June 17th. I'm JB, and welcome to another edition of What's On Today with Discovery Bay, home of the YouTube Comic Community Channel Guide. This is the show where I'm going to share some of my top picks from the Sea of Comic content that was released yesterday. Then I'm going to run down a lineup of content creators that are either releasing, premiering, or going live. And then halfway through today's show, I'm debuting a new segment titled The Instagram Tag of the Day. And finally, to end today's show, I'm going to open a random package from that crazy, stupid pile of comics that I still have left to open in a segment titled What's in the Box Already? So, with yesterday being Sunday and Father's Day, I wasn't really on YouTube. So I'm skipping the recap today. Let's get to today's lineup and find out what's on today with Discovery Bay. All of these times are listed in both Pacific Standard Time and Eastern Standard Time, and there are channel links with timestamps in the description below. Today there are 13 shows in the lineup, 2 are premiering, and 6 are going live. So, first up at 12 a.m. Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern, over at the Area 51 channel, he's releasing a video titled Toy Rescue 911, episode number 80. Also at 12 a.m. Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern,
whosoever watches this channel, if he or she be worthy, shall acquire the knowledge from High Road Comics.
Arrow over at High Road Comics channel is releasing a video titled Monday Mailday and Comic Hall's CGC 9.8 Slabs, Venom, Clayton, Crain auction pickups. Woo! That's one heck of a title. Okay, at 1 a.m. Pacific, 4 a.m. Eastern, Michael over at Comicgeek McD channel is releasing a video titled Amazing A-OK from JPL Flash Comics Geekdom. That should be good. Okay, at 2 a.m. Pacific, 5 a.m. Eastern, Kenny over at ComicHead 84 channel is releasing a video titled I'm Taking a Break. Channel update. What? Okay, at 3 a.m. Pacific, 6 a.m. Eastern, Joe and Sara over at Joe Ryan Comics channel is releasing a video titled God, Country, Trade, Waiting. Okay, next up at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, we have our first live show of the day, this time over at BUB'S Comics. Come join the fun of the No Faces Comic Chat, hosted by the trio of BUB Comics, DS Comics, and Metarog. This chat is approved for all ages. Okay, this is the halfway point of the lineup, so it's time for a new segment titled the Instagram Tag of the Day. So today's tag comes from Everett Otto from 3 Men in a Basement channel. He tagged me this morning for Mutant Monday and came strong with the GSX-1. I in turn posted this Mutant Monday tag for my Avengers number 53 from 1968 with some Buscema goodness on the cover. Now, I tagged ComicHead 84, Mr. Miracle, Metarog, Symbiote Dave, and Tony Sanders. Okay, that was fun. Let's get back to the lineup. Next up at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, over at the Shelly Cakes channel, she's releasing a premiere video titled DCEASED 1 and 2 Comic Book Review. Let's join her in the chat during this live event. Also at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, we get another live stream, this time from the team over at MCE, which stands for Marvelous Collectibles and Entertainment. They have a weekly live stream called That Geek Show, and this has one of my favorite segments titled Display or Nay. You definitely don't want to miss that. At 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, Brian over at Simple Man's Comics channel has given us a premiere video titled An Interview with Vault Comics' Damian and Adrian Wassel. In this episode of CBSI Presents, the Indie Spotlight show, they interview the founders of Vault Comics, Damian and Adrian Wassel. They discuss the origin of Vault Comics and the success the independent comic publisher has had with their titles. Okay, also at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, over at the Mr. Garrel channel, he'll be going live with the 3rd episode in a new series titled Into the Swamp with Tank Collects. Let's show him our support and stop by the chat and say hello. Next up at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we have another live stream. This time, the boys over at CBSI Presents Tales from the Flipside episode number 72. The team at CBSI will be discussing all the latest news in the comic book speculation market. Stop in the chat to join the discussion and leave a thumbs up. Okay, at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, over at the home of the New York Warriors channel, we get a live show titled Comic Book Back Issue Haul. Come join Biggies, Manny, and Mike in the chat as they share their latest pickups. Alright, the last item on the lineup in the last live show that I know about starts at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern over at the Comic-Core channel. We get the next edition of a live show titled Story Comic-Core. Join Alec of White Whale Comics with Kenny of ComicHead 84, Jason of Comics Misexplained, and Caleb the Comic Smurf Murphy in the chat. It should be fun. Alright, well that's it for today's lineup. Now for the new segment called What's in the Box Already. And let's, off script, I am going to grab the one on top. And this is from Bill Cody in Carroll Stream, Illinois. And what did Bill Cody send me? Oh, well, that's very clever, Cody. Alright. Looks like we've got Amazing Adventures #1, The Inhumans and the Black Widow. I do believe this might be her origin issue. I'm not sure. Maybe someone in the comments below will tell me if this is her origin issue. I do believe it is. Alright, well that was fun. Thanks for taking the time to watch me and our channel today. Please visit me on Facebook and Instagram where I'll be posting this schedule with any ads and or changes this afternoon. We've also got a Patreon page if you're interested in supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like. If you know of anyone that might be interested in this information or may want to be included in the show, please share this with them. Also, leave me a comment below on how I can improve this show or if there's a channel out there I should be watching. Now, if you're not already a subscriber, think about subscribing so you don't miss any of this great new content. Who knows? You may find your new favorite channel today. And as always, don't forget, we had a good time.